my family and friends. So it is Wednesday, and although it's usually coffee time Wednesday, it is later in the day, so there won't be any coffee. But we are going to do a little bit of chit chat, and then we're going to spend some time in the kitchen because I have an amazing comfort soup that I think everybody's going to love, especially with the cool weather coming with around the corner, basically, at least by the end of this month or into next month. So let's get started. Okay, y'all, so my name is Carrie, and welcome to Parton's Heritage Homestead, as we are a Mediterranean homestead. I will say, y'all, that we stay the way we do only because, honestly, mine and my husband's health allows us to be able to basically live longer and live healthier. When we decided we had to change our life, and we absolutely had to, we had no choice. So when I did this, I decided to share with the rest of you, because in the hopes that maybe there was somebody else out there like us who just didn't know where to turn. And I did a lot of research, and I figured, well, I would help somebody else out just in case. So therefore this channel started becoming creative, and when I first began, we didn't know what was to come. And about midpoint of this channel is when our health declined greatly. And that's when I had to make an executive decision. What was I going to do? I couldn't continue on the way the channel started, because frankly, there was no way our health would allow us to do that. So at about midpoint, and we've been on this channel now for just about 2 years, at about midpoint I had to flip it, and so that's the reason why you're seeing what you see today. I had no choice, and frankly I'm grateful for the opportunity. Whether I didn't have a choice or not, I have an amazing opportunity because I am learning about food, tasting the flavors, the trying different freshness in our food versus stepping away from the packaged things that I have known pretty much all my life. My mom, though, she did a lot of fresh cooking. So when I started getting into the Mediterranean, I did not know so much of the excitement that food could taste good again. I got stuck in your routine, you all. And that routine was sending me down a very bad spiral that it was declining my health. When I started learning about the freshness and tasting new things, it is through all of this that even came the blessing of me being able to quit smoking. In March will be 2 years since I had my last cigarette. Actually, the end of March of next year will be 2-year mark. So, and for me, that's a major accomplishment for somebody who was smoking nearly 2. And there were times, I had to be honest, there were times I was smoking 3 packs a day. And so I have slowly been changing the bad effects that I had done to this body. And when I started creating this food, it was a guidance led to me is turn on that camera and share. So with that, things started changing. And you know, like I said, it's going on 2 years, and things have been changing with this channel. And I will say, y'all, check your subscriptions. If you did not unsubscribe and you are, I apologize, but it is what it is, and there's nothing I can do about it. But I did pray, and I have I have the most amazing family on this channel, and because of that I just can't, you know, you can't walk away from that. I will take what's to come of this, but I will also keep and hang on to what is in this channel. It is a family of a blessing I couldn't even dream of. I asked God for signs, and I got my signs in ways that just made tears flow down my eyes, y'all. Y'all are amazing, and I can't walk away from you. I just can't. So I hope you can deal with the fact that we are Mediterranean. Let's all stand together and pray that we can grow to where we can show others that food can taste good. If anything else, this isn't a diet. It's just an everyday normal living. It's the living that was from century after century after century ago. This is the living that our forefathers did in farming. They raised and grew their own food, brought it in, and they baked. Y'all, this is no different than times past. The only thing is it takes effort. And we live in a fast-paced life, so that effort kind of makes it a little bit harder. Because all of us now, we either grew up with with the fast food or the quick meals, or we just had such a busy life that we chose to do other means. So, and that didn't always work for us. So I'm going to continue to keep doing what I do, y'all. I love you. From the bottom of my heart, I love you. And I have some amazing dishes coming up that I can't wait to start. And being in the Bers makes this is my favorite time of the year. I am a Bur baby. Sorry, y'all, but I'm a Bur baby. I grew up as a Bur baby. I was raised as a Bur baby. And I just don't do the heat very well. However, I do enjoy where I'm at too. So what we are doing in the kitchen tonight, we are going to be making, I've had potato soup, y'all, but I've never had leek and potato soup. And I made it one day, and holy smokes, what an extra level of flavor that came from that potato soup. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight in the kitchen. Now I will be adding the list of ingredients in the description box below. Again, remember, certain recipes like this one, I add ingredients because this allows you to create the amount for your family. Now mine is before 1 to 2 people, and that's if I can actually accomplish that, because I struggle with making small amounts when I was raised, and I raised large families. So it was hard. It is hard. So I try to do the best I can. So what I'm going to do is put the ingredients in there and let you go by your judgment, because you can't mess this one up either. And so I am going to start in the kitchen, and we are going to make some potato leek soup. So let's go. Alright, y'all, let's get started. So we're going to turn our stove on, and we're going to add a couple tablespoons of olive oil. We're going to bring this up to a nice shimmer. Once this comes up to a nice shimmer, we are going to add thinly sliced leeks. And what I've done, you want to slice your leek all the way up to the white and the light green. Cut it off at the dark section. Let me show you what it looks like. Okay, my family, so this is a leek. Now the most general parts that are used will be completely up to here. The rest of this is usually composted, to be honest with you. From here, we cut this end off. We cut it off about here. We will slice this down in half, and then we will go ahead and make these slivers like this, thinly, of our leeks. And that's what we're going to saute inside this pan. Once you have your leeks sliced, you want to run them under cold water rinse them off real good, make sure there is no dirt, and strain it a couple times. This way you have them nice and clean. Now at this point my oil is shimmering, so I'm going to add my leeks into the pot. Now I'm going to saute this up just a little bit, and then we are going to be adding about a clove. This is for 1 to 2, so I'm going to add 1 clove of garlic minced in here in just a minute. In the meantime, we're just going to saute this up a little bit and we'll be right back. Okay y'all, so now these are cooked down a little bit, so at this point I am going to be adding my thinly sliced onions as well. And this is going to get cooked right with these. And now I'm going to add my minced garlic. You hear a lot of scraping. That would be Mr. Boots, because his daddy gave him a rib bone and he is going nutsos over that bone. He had a pig ear and, well, he devoured that thing, so there ain't no more. We got to go get him some more of those. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get this garlic out of here. And once I get this out, we will be right back. Alright y'all, so now we are sauteing these up, and we've already sauteed them. So now we're going to, at this point, add our potatoes. These are cut into about 1-inch cubes. I'm going to add that in here. I am using yellow potatoes. I'm finding out in the Mediterranean, yellow or red potatoes, even sweet potatoes, are used more often than russet potatoes. So I'm trying to stay on that path of more of these type. And honestly, they're amazing. I made potato chips, crinkle cut potato chips out of yellow ones, and they turned out so amazing. So I'm going to have to do a video on that for y'all. Now I'm going to add 2 cups of chicken broth to this as well. And the broth that I'm using, y'all, is a bouillon base from the Amish store. They have an amazing flavor in their chicken. So now we're just going to honestly let this simmer. And I'm going to wait until my potatoes are really, really tender. And then we're going to come back because we're going to puree all of this. So once these get tender, we will be back. Okay y'all, so while our potatoes are just about ready to be pureed, I'm going to go ahead. I have some olive oil here that's shimmering and ready for some homemade croutons. I am actually going to be using focaccia that I cut up and using that for the breadcrumbs for the top of our soup. So I'm going to lightly toast these. When I'm done toasting those, I'm also going to toast up 2 slices of focaccia, because I'm going to have them with my soup with a side of olive oil seasoned to dip these in. They taste so good. So we're just going to go ahead and saute these up a little bit, get these nice and toasty, and then I'll show you how we are going to use these in the end of it. Alright y'all, so the potatoes are done. Now I'm going to use my emulsion blender. You are welcome. If you do not own one of these, don't let it stop you. You can use a potato masher, or you can even put this inside of a blender or a food processor. Just make sure you don't fill it all the way, because you don't want an explosion. This is really hot. So we're just going to go ahead very carefully, and we're going to puree this down a bit. Alright y'all, so, and I purposely did not do all of my potatoes because I kind of like some of that potato chunk in my soup. Then I'm going to put this back under the stove. We're going to season this with some salt and pepper. Again, this is per your taste. I'm going to get some heavy whipping cream, and we're going to add some of that. I apologize that all you saw was a pot holder during the salt and pepper. So now we're going to go ahead and add our heavy whipping cream in here. About a 1/4 cup to 1/2 cup for the amount I have. Like I said, go based by your preference, y'all. These are those type of soups. You fix it the way you like it for you and your family. The ingredients is all it needs to be able to create the meal that you're wanting. Now we're going to give this a taste and see if there's something that we are missing. Now I want to add, for meat, I'm going to add a touch of nutmeg to mine. It is not something you would think about, but I have seen some of these recipes have nutmeg in it, and it made me curious as to want to try it. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Now I'm not adding a whole lot. I just want to add a touch to this and see. I can almost imagine how this is going to taste. Now I'm going to get my spoon. We're going to give this a try, y'all. Let's go ahead and give this a try after it cools off. And we'll be right back when I gotta finish toasting my focaccia, and we will be right back. Alright, y'all, so now we're going to plate this up, and then we're going to give it a try with you. So I'm going to just get some of the soup into our bowl. Just like so. Going to sprinkle some bacon bits that were homemade from fresh bacon on the top. Some of our little croutons on the top of that. And one more thing and we'll be right back. And the final ingredient is sharp cheddar on the top. Now we're going to turn around and taste this together. Now I've made potato leek soup before, but never with the croutons, the bacon, and the sharp cheddar on it. So, and to me it would be tasting somewhat like a loaded baked potato with the leeks. So we're going to just try this. Now this is optional, and so was the nutmeg in it. But I will tell you that nutmeg, for me, it actually made it a little bit more enhanced. So let's try this soup and see what we got. Oh my goodness. Y'all. Y'all, that soup was absolutely amazing, and I'm going to encourage you to try it for yourself. I will do my best to give you the ingredients and the measurements to the 1 to 2 person. This might even feed 3. Honestly, I didn't intend for it to do that, but it does. But it is so good, and I can freeze it later if I wanted to, so that makes it good. And then all I have to do is pull it out of the freezer, defrost it, reheat it, and hey, I got another meal. But that soup, oh my gosh, I'm going to absolutely enjoy that. Now this is the first time, like I said, I've made it one time before. In all the years that I have been cooking, this food was never on my table. And I am so grateful for the food that I'm putting on my table now. The freshness, the flavor balances, the explosion. Oh my gosh. You know, I've heard also that quitting smoking enhances your flavor tasting, which is absolutely true. Excuse me. However, if you mix that though with some really good flavored food, y'all, it just, oh my goodness, it's a whole nother world. And I am so grateful to being led to where I'm at into the life of the Mediterranean, where I am using so much fresh food, including fresh milled. It is doing an amazing effect to us, and I feel better. I now have inspiration all over again, because I was losing my flair for cooking. Now I will tell you, this is my passion more than anything in this world. Cooking is my passion. Hence the reason why I share it with you. My dream, like I believe I've shared once before, is I did have a dream to be mentored by a chef. And I had an opportunity at one time where we were trucking, and there was this younger man, basically, about the same as us. He was in his 40s at the time that we were, and he's a papered chef. And so I had asked him if he would, kindly mentor me. The man had such an ego, y'all, it was unrealistic. And he basically, long story short, told me that I wasn't good enough to mentor. Thank you, Lord. In that process, though, I met, and God rest his soul, the most amazing executive chef who took me up under his wing, mentored me what little time he had left with me, and it's something I will cherish the rest of my life. And the one thing I vowed to him and to my friend that he was with, I vowed to make him very proud. And so I continue to keep pushing out the most amazing food that I have ever tasted. And the Mediterranean way is the ultimate way to respect food in my eyes. I would love more than anything in this world, although my age is starting to stop me in my tracks. However, it doesn't stop me fully, because though I may not be papered, I could still learn to cook the most amazing meals. And you know what? I can still put a chef quality meal on my table, and I can be proud of that, because like the executive said, hold my head up high, because he has seen me create meals he's not seen from the folks that were working beside him at his restaurant. So that made me feel really good. So I'm going to just continue to do this, y'all. And when I find something that I think is absolutely amazing, I will present it to you, because I think it's only fair. Why should I enjoy, or just my family enjoy, a quality meal when I think everybody can benefit from it? So that's what you're going to get out of me on this channel. You're getting quality, you're getting love from these two hands, and a passion that runs so deep in my veins I can't see straight. So, until next time, y'all, I hope you enjoyed this soup, and look forward to many more to come. I do want to say before I leave, though, I told you to keep an eye on seasonal fruits and vegetables, and I will prove it to you as we are now in the Bers. And I found some spaghetti squash, I found some acorn squash. Now, before this, I found them at $1.58 or higher. They are now at one store I went to, 99 cents a pound. I tell you this because I know what I'm looking for, y'all. Seasonal means everything. Now, I'm watching our tomatoes. Like I forewarned you, they're starting to skyrocket. Our potatoes are starting to flip, and they're going higher, because everything at those seasons now are going out of season, and we're coming into a new season. So we're going to learn to use the in-season crops through fall and into our holidays, as I help create healthy, beautiful, amazing dishes for our holiday tables and throughout our winter and fall season. I love you all so, so very much. I hope you understand that. I hope you know that. You are dear to me, and honestly, I wouldn't make it without you. So until next time, much, much love from Parton's Heritage Homestead.